Well, Yoshi granted us with his blessing and finally reached the patch notes, like he said. Um, Holy cow, this thing is massive. Literally 7 minutes ago, what the hell is he doing? Um, but yeah, I'll just kind of run through it. I'm gonna skip the items. If you guys want to see the items, just look through them yourself, please. I ain't got the time to read all that shit. I love y'all, but come on, it's insane. Um, General base HP reduced by 10 for all heroes. Whatever. HP per boon reduced by 3. That's actually massive because now people won't be scaling as hard. So you won't see Warden with his chunky butt just at 7,000 health at the end of the game. Um, okay. Uh, Tier 2 camps spawn at 5 minutes now? Nice. Um, Shrines are now invulnerable until one pair of base guardians are destroyed. Finally, Wallbreaker Victor might be dead. Wall breaking might be dead. Hopefully, it's just dead. I'm gonna be honest. Backdoor removal, linger duration reduced from 20 to 14 seconds. Knockup durations are now affected by debuff reduction. Okay, so like, I'm assuming that means like Dynamo Stomp, stuff like that. Just kind of reducing that. Move two jump pads from around the middle of the map that point to the outwards, to the left and right. Huh. Sliding no longer resets sprint speed. Okay. Wait. Oh, I think that means movement might be faster. Stamina regeneration is reduced by 25% for 5 seconds after using a wall jump. Okay, this does not trigger when out of combat or mantling soon after. So you can still mantle jump, wall jump off that, but like the insane movements from holidays or Minas are gonna definitely be felt. Bullet velocity now stacks additively rather than diminishingly. Okay. Heal duration. So you heal slower. When receiving multiple, the meta troop or the duration will now be added on top rather than stacking directly. So picking up a 4 in row regen over 16 seconds instead of over 4 seconds. Okay, so just slowing down the heal of the heal creep. I like that. Uh, Meta Trooper increased from 12 to 13%. I think it was 14% last patch. And they nerfed it to 12, and now it's back to 13. Whatever. Um, oh, they finally fixed parry. Oh my god. So now it's not lingering because sometimes you'll melee and then they'll be out of the parry animation, but you'll still get parried. So you're just stunned because why not? Tier two bullet resistance increased from 25 to 35%. Oh wait, I'm skipping ahead. Base guardian bullet resist increased from 10 to 20%. That's good. Shrine bullet resist increased from 10 to 20%. Hell yeah. Tier 2 bullet resist increased from 25 to 35%. Oh shit. That's going to be much harder to kill shrines. Because I think that's the second shrine. Mid boss now starts spawn at the beginning of the game. God, I can't wait till we have everyone fight over mid boss at 1 minute. That'd be so funny. Um, Total damage reduction debuffs now stack diminishingly rather than additively. Oh my god, thank god. So if you were Mirage and your Scarabs, they do what, like 30% less damage if you've 1v1 them? That shit's crazy. Now that diminishes, I don't know why it wasn't diminished in the first place, but whatever. Move speed diminished point increased from 11 to 12, very slightly. Less aggressive. Okay. Weapon investment bonus now has a 6.4k line, changed from 4.8k. 17. Um, oh, okay. So instead of having 4 lines, now it's 5 lines? No, they reduced the amount. No, they had. I can't freaking read. Jesus. Um, so about the same. I don't know if that really changes anything for all of them. I think it's nice, but like 32, 42. Okay. Spirit investment bonus now is 6.4k line. They all got 6.4k lines. Okay, reduce some from the second one to give it to the third one. And okay, whatever. Um, Walkers will interrupt a rocket barrage during the 1 second windup if stomp becomes an option. Okay. Fix the bug where walkers are spinning with lit while lasering. Never saw this, but that's funny. Smooth zipline grabbing to fix some jitter. Okay. Added ropes to zipline binding. So if a player rewinds zipline to something other than space. Okay. That's quality of life. Okay. Fix the pollard abilities taking you out of zoom temporarily when cast. Just a bunch of things. Makes sense, makes sense. Just quality of life stuff. Fix the following items and abilities not working through veils. Okay, good. Okay, so now here's the massive change. This is insane that they're trying this crap. I love it, but I don't know if I like it. So they're trying out a new earn system. I don't know how it's going to work, but this is going to be completely different to the game. To pick up the urn, rather than just sitting on it, you now have to light melee the urn to pick it up. So let me see if I can just show you. Because this is nuts. That's a new sound. Okay. So instead of just standing here like this, now you're carrying urn. Oh my. What is this elevator ass music? Okay.
If they want to stop me, they're going to have to work for it.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Once dropped off. Okay, so now when you pick it up and you put it off, it'll go into that depositing phase you saw for a set amount of time, depending on which team the urn favors. 3 seconds for favored, 5 seconds for neutral, and 10 seconds for unfavored. While in the depositing phase, the enemy team can heavy melee the urn to have their team claim it and cause it to switch sides. This adds 1.25 to the timer. Okay, the urn is favored or unfavored in the comeback state. The favored team will get plus 50 bullet resist and spirit resist in a 60-meter radius? Why even fight for it? What? After 35 seconds, aggregate time held over per team, the carrier will start taking 5% max HP per second. Okay, that makes sense because it's literally so much closer. Urn damage is not lethal. Don't die to it. Like before, when the urn is fumbled, it'll wait 13 seconds if there is a player within 25 meters. However, afterwards, with this new version, it can no longer be picked up anymore. And will go back to the spawn position. Huh, okay. No longer silence you while carrying. You're still disarmed in movement silence. So, I think if you have a spear-based character, like Yam, maybe carry it. Like, she can still do damage while carrying it. I think. No longer grants the resist to the person carrying it. Error on depositing the urn is revealed. Urn runner is also revealed as usual. So I think basically anyone around this area will just be revealed. So you'll know if enemies are there, but like, oh well. Souls are instant after the deposit is complete. Hell yeah. Okay. All words are the same. The last person to contest the urn gets the +3 golden idol buffs. Falling back to the original carry if nobody contested it. Okay. Like I said, I'm not gonna go over the items. If you guys want to read them, you can. I feel like it's just gonna get mundane really quick. I don't want to make this video 45 minutes. Add a new tier 1 vitality item, Grit. Active grants you 200 barrier for 4 seconds. Innate grants you 1 out of combat regen, and it's a 60-second cooldown. Upgrades into weapon shielding, spirit shielding, and reactive barrier. Huh, and guardian word. That might actually be like a good thing to get. Huh. I'm curious. Okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna skip through this. You should be able to find all the patch notes on changelog, or up here. I'll post this in the description, so you guys can have access to the patch notes whenever you want to see them. If you want to go through each individual item, if you can't find them. Okay, so now the hero changes. Abram's Infernal Resilience tier 1 change from plus 1.5 health regen to 200 max health. That's kind of crazy. Okay. You get innate melee lifesteal on your tier 2 Infernal Resilience? Hell yeah. Tier 2 on his ult goes from 0.7 to 0.8. Okay. Unstoppable duration during his ult 5 to 6 seconds on tier 3. Hell yeah. Okay, Apollo. Let's see. Improve the hero's hitbox. It's easier to hit? Oh, okay. Base regen reduced from 2 to 1. Oh, Jesus. Riposte no longer automatically doushes. It now grants you a sub-ability immediately to target the hero you want to jump to for a brief duration. You can target the enemy before the parry to buffer it. Cast range is 25 meters? Oh my gosh. Ignore that. What? I like that. That's nice. Okay, but... Oh, okay. Wait, did I not read it? Post no longer triggers on damage orders like Flame Dash. It no longer triggers off objective damage. That's what my dumbass was dying to. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Jesus. That's gonna be crazy. It's an easier hit on enemies, but it's no longer a, oh hey, I'm gonna fly away now. I kind of like that. I think it's, I don't know if it's needed, but it's gonna make it much harder to catch, much easier to catch. And the flawless advanced hitbox reduce is, I think Apollo might be kind of like C tier now. Bebop bullet damage per wound reduced from 0.139 to 0.115. Okay. Exploding uppercut weapon reduced from 40 to 30. Okay. Sticky bomb tier 2 increased from plus 75 damage to plus 85. Don't like that. Don't want sticky bomb. Bomb Bebop is so annoying. Billy, health per boon increased from plus 48 to plus 59. Okay. Bullet damage per boon reduced from 0.165. Okay. Rising Ram cooldown increased from 30 to 32. Okay. So you get that cooldown back plus 1 second on tier 3, but it has more duration on tier 2, which is fine. Calico. Okay. She has been in the gutter, but Gloom Bomb tier 2 changed from plus 75 to berries to minus 5% melee resist for 5 seconds per palm. Okay. That's it? Whatever. I mean, I feel like she needed more, but like, this will do, I guess. Celeste. Improve the hero's hitbox, easier to hit. Stamina cooldown increased from 4.5 to 5. Okay. Radiant Daggers tier 2 damage from 18-second cooldown plus 70 damage to. Okay. Why are they buffing her? Like, they can't just nerf her. Okay. Now here's Jeffrey Epstein himself. Combo radius reduced from 6.5 to 5.5. Fine. Combo tier 3 radius increased, but he gets the radius back. I guess he's Orson Lane a little bit, which is nice because it felt like you could get hit by that by being on the other side of the map, but like that's fine. Callbow explosion damage, spirit scaling reduced. Thank God. I feel like they're still nukes, but whatever. Callbow and accuracy debuff no longer diminishes from 100% to 0% over 1 second. The rest of the debuff is 4 seconds. Callbell and accuracy debuff reduced from 100% to 40%. Okay. So it lasts 4 seconds, but it's 40% rather than just you can't get a shot at all. Doorways close. Sub ability now starts on cooldown for 8 seconds. Doorway is no longer unsilenceable. Okay. Fixed recent bug causing luggage cart not being dispelled. Okay. Okay, Drifter. Ren tier 3 no longer increases scaling by 0.4. Okay. It now deals heavy damage on a 0.5 skill. Okay, Drifter got a nice little. I think that's a buff. I feel like you're already buying melee items on him anyway with the light melee damage, but now the silence and the heavy melee damage, I feel like that's gonna be nice. Kinetic Pulse tier 2 reduced from 18% bullet resist to minus 15. Kinetic Pulse experience scaling reduced from 1.65 to 1.55. Okay. Quantum Entanglement tier 3 changed from dispelling non-ult debuffs to reducing the duration of non-ult debuffs by 50%. Okay, I like that. Rather than just being like, because it already gives you an iframe, so like, why the hell make it cleansing? Make it more of a skill shot, but also it can just still reduce them by 50%. That's fine. Graves. Sprint speed increased from 1.6 to 2.2. Okay. Grasping Hands now spawns a ghoul in the base ability. Tier 3 still increases it by 1. Okay. Updated dash ranges for deadheads to be calculated from the center of Graves when they are following her. Okay. Fixed fire rate buffs for deadheads not being applied to their next attack, but only on subsequent attack. Okay. Fixed deadheads being unable to dash through veils. Okay. Fixed deadheads being unable to dash to targets at the very end of your attack range when they're in follow mode. Fixed deadheads damage taken from bullets being unaffected by fall off. Okay. Added 0.1 buffer duration for deadheads losing line of sight before they stop following an enemy. Okay. Fixed deadheads becoming inactive if Graves dies while they are following her. Okay. Jarred spear scaling reduced from 0.35 to 0.31. They're better at dealing damage though, because I think they're more consistent to be hit. Increased speed and acceleration deadheads only when they are following Graves. Doesn't affect in combat. Okay. Fixed certain projectiles colliding with dead hands. Okay. Like Grey Talon's bird. Update Grave's melee to also set the dash target for deadheads. Okay. Bullet damage and bullet damage and growth reduced by 10%. Okay. Ah, I feel like that's fine. Honestly, Graves needed something because she was like bottom of shit tier. She was not even like really playable. You just got dough for free. She was just free value for the enemy. Grey Talon Raina arrows cooldown reduced from 30 to 22 seconds. Raina arrows cast delay reduced from 0.5 to 0.2. Raina arrows duration increased from 7 reduced from 7 to 4 seconds. Okay, Raina arrows moving ability and air improved. Okay. Rain of arrows stamina distance changed from being 9% to plus 25%. Oh my. Rain of arrows weapon damage bonus reduced from plus 4 to point plus 3. Okay. From minus 14-second cooldown to plus 3 weapon damage and 30% slow for 1.5 seconds. Okay. Rain of arrows tier 2 changed from plus 5 weapon damage to plus 40% slow. Okay. To minus 13-second cooldown. Hell yeah. That's nice. Okay. I think Grey Talon's Rain of... Because his Rain of Arrows ability was kind of just niche, I felt like. Because it kind of just left you in the air with all these flying characters, basically. Made him useless. Haze, Fixation Tier 3 increase from 0.12 to 0.14. Okay. That's it. But that's massive. I think that's massive. I feel like if you already fed a Haze or just let her get farmed up late game, she's gonna be a menace. His weapon damage is just better. Holiday base bullet damage increased from 18.8 to 19.7. Okay. Health regen increased from 1 to 2. Okay. Infernus bullet size increased from 3 to 4. Easier to hit shots. Concussive combustion in tier 3 increased from 0.75 stun duration to 0.9. They're adding a lot of stun time to a lot of these abilities. Frost grenade damage spirit scaling reduced from 0.7 to 0.6. When interrupted an ice path, it no longer creates an ice path below him, and instead lets him fall to the ground. Okay, good. So I think knockdown on Kelvin actually works, because now it just like let him fall on it and he was fine. Arctic Beam. Ugh. I feel like Kelvin's more supporty now. He's not as good. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Lash. Bullet damage reduce. Okay. Thank God. I'm tired of playing Gun Lash. Ground strike damage per meter spirit scaling. Ground strike's better. Hell yeah. Grapple tier 2 bonus damage no longer stacks with itself, but instead refreshes the duration. Okay. Grapple tier 3 now also grants +1 charge. Hell yeah. McGinnis bullet damage per boon increased from 0.17 to 0.18. Fixed heavy barrage not triggering Diviner's Kevlar. Okay. And Medicinal Spectre radius increased from 5.5 to 6. Okay. McGinnis got a nice little. Okay. Mina. Okay. Fixed innate negative 8% innate debuff resist. Okay. Fixed rake sometimes not working with high ping. Okay. Increase from love bites. Does that mean the upgrade? Okay. Let me see.
There's either do this or go to a lame vampire salon, and let me tell you, I do not plan on putting up with 6 hours of harpsichord music.
Ugh. Whatever. Uh. the flat on hit damage to abilities. This is massive. This right here is enough to be like, fine, whatever. The buff on low bites is dumb, but whatever. And now doing 0.5 instead of 1% is insanely big. Because every other Spirit Nuker loses their value late game, but Mina doing percent base damage just made her just. Mirage updated Jet's marked visuals. Cool. No changes to that dumb character. Okay, Mo and Krill. Getting hit with a melee no longer knocks you up when you are burned. Okay. Sandblast tier 3 increase from +1 duration to plus 1.5. Okay. This character, I like that they try to keep it small because this character can get out of hand real quick. He's a pain in the butt to play against, and I play him. He's just annoying. Bookworm tier 2 increase improved from -8%. Improved from -8 second cooldown to -12 second cooldown. Cool. Whatever. Rallying charge tier 3 increase from +135 damage to +160. Okay. Oh, so if you just whiff it, you get half cooldown. That's cool. Paradox time wall tier 1 duration increase from +2.5 to +3.5. Time wall tier 3 increase from +1 charge to +2. Charge delay reduced from 4 to 2. So you can place these really quick then. Kinetic carbine tier 3 increase from +50% max damage scaling to +55. Okay. Paradoxal swap damage increase from 125 to 150. Fine. Pocket. Flying cloak tier 2 weapon damage duration reduced from 8 seconds to 6. Affliction cooldown increased from 140 to 150. Fine. I mean, Pocket's kind of meh, I think. Like in the right hands, he stomps lobbies, but I feel like I don't even know. Okay, Rim. Pillow toss charge time reduced from 9 to 8 seconds. Pillow toss tier 3 increased from +90 to +100. Okay. Tagalong burst heal now applies to secondary allies that you jump to. Nice. Tagalong lingering heal duration reduced from 3 to 2. Values rebalance to be the same overall heal, just faster. I like that. Tagalong tier 2 barrier and item duration / range effectiveness increased from 25 to 35%. Nice. Tagalong tier 2. Tagalong tier 3 now also increases missing health heal from 0.03 to 0.05. Tagalong can now be cast through walls, through veils, not walls. Jesus. Reduce lockout period after ejecting from tag out from 1 second to 0.3. Nice. Tagalong time to fly to your ally is now 50% faster. Nice. Tagalong heal duration is now displayed on the HUD as well as the health bar icon. Nice. Tagalong fix specific ability items that kill Ram while he is snappy. No. Friendly auras to affect him. Eject no longer affected by debuff resistance. Now launches upwards slightly more to hitting the ground. Briefly restricts movement abilities and input. Nap time now provides plus 30% weapon reduction in its base ability. Okay, nice. Okay, small 7 changes. Bullet damage growth reduced from 0.374 to 0.337. It's about a 10% nerf on bullet growth. That's fine. But crit reduction increased from 35 to 55%. Now hitting his frisbee ass fucking head is not as easy. Well, no, it's just as easy. Jesus. But now it's not as rewarding because honestly, he has the frisbeest head I've ever seen. I don't even know why I said that. Okay. Now, please, good news with this character. Slice and Dice Tier 2 reduced from minus 8% spirit resist to minus 6%. Okay. Bloodletting deferred damage clear reduced from 40 to 35%. Okay. Killing blow cooldown increased from 105 to 125. Cool. Killing blow full range damage bonus reduced from 14 to 12. Okay. Killing blow tier 2 increased from plus 8% full range damage to plus 10%. They gave him some compensating buffs? Okay. Maybe. Okay, silver. Bullet cycle time reduced from 0.9 seconds to 0.85. You can shoot a little faster. Entangling bullet knowing prevents you from jumping and mantling. Thank God. That was so dumb to play against. Did it make sense? Yes. Was it dumb to play against? Yes. Tier 2 change from 0.75 duration to minus 5%. 5-second cooldown, like that. Taking the tier 3 change from the minus 5-second cooldown and ricocheted 2 additional targets to the duration into additional targets. I feel like the duration beyond tier 3 makes sense. Lycan Curse fire rate reduced from 80% to 65%. Okay. But Lycan Curse fire rate spirit scaling increased from 0.25 to 0.45. So to get back here, you may need to invest in some spirit. Maybe write something like, I don't even know. Because I feel like here... Fucking hell. Okay. Well, now that I properly shit my pants.
I'm gonna be washing a whole lot of blood out of my fur tonight.
What am I doing? This might be like a luxury thing. Maybe Torrent Pulse? Just get a little bit. At least this will get you
I love it.
20 spirit power. It gets you back to about 75% fire rate. That's fine. Okay. Lycan Curse, yep. Okay, Venator. Health increase from 790 to plus 43 boon to 830 plus 48 boon. Why? X-Line Snap Trap, tier 3 increase from plus 25 damage against real targets to plus 30%. Okay. X-Line Snap, tier 3 now also grants plus 1 charge. Of course it does. So they just buffed Venator. Venator was fine. Whatever. Thanks, Yoshi. We love you. Bullet damage reduced for Victor now from 13 plus 3.3135 to 12 plus 0.26. That's a crazy nerf to his gun damage. Jumpstart now has higher spirit scaling. Okay. Aura Suffering now does 50% damage to objective. They got the Flame Dash treatment. Like that. I like that. Puddle Punch tier 1 now also increases damage. Oh, jeez. Viscous. Puddle Punch tier 1 now also increases damage by plus 20. Okay. Tier 2 no longer increases damage by plus 30. Tier 2 now also grants plus 40% lifesteal. 1/4 against non-heroes. Okay. Okay. I mean, this doesn't matter if they just get parried. Like, that's what sucks. By rebuttal. Just be better. Viper. Screw Jab, Dagger, tier 2 resist, bullet resist per stack from -5 to -6%. Okay. Screw Jab Dagger, tier 3 now also increases max stacks by 2. Okay. Bullet damage per dune reduced. Okay. For Warden. But that's kind of just a little bit a thing for Viper. Warden. Bullet damage per dune reduced from 0.38 to 0.34. Okay. Willpower tier 3 debuff resistance now retroactively applies to existing debuffs when cast. Okay. So you can kind of cast it if you get stunned. Not stunned. Slow X, stuff like that. Things that will allow you to still cast it. You can kind of cast it to be like, okay, I want this gone faster. Binding Ward tier 2 no longer increases cast range by plus 12 meters. Thank God. Thank God. Yamato. Power slash post cast time reduced from 0.4 to 0.2. Okay. Power slash spirit scaling increases from 1.86 to 2.1. Okay. Flying slash range increase from 25 to plus 30. Okay. Flying slash tier 2 no longer grants plus 20 meters cast range. Okay. Yamato flying slash tier 3 now also grants plus 15 meter cast range. Okay. Now you get 3 charges on tier 3 plus the cast range? That's crazy. Yamato just got buffed. Pretty massively. Fix Crimson Slash if not being able to hit anything if the player is to aim too high or too low. Okay. That's nice. Okay. More weapon damage when you do that. Okay. Okay. Some of these changes I don't agree with. Venator did not need any really buffs, to be honest, because like he was fine. He was fine where he was, but to be fair, the health nerf to the boons, maybe that kind of just helps him out a little bit so he doesn't get just curb stomped, but I don't think he would. Rim got a bunch of quality of life stuff. Gunlash is nerfed. Big. Graves got a bunch of stuff. Honestly, that's going to be just... You got to play Graves to figure out how that's going to work. Because honestly, I don't even like... It says the damage is better, but like... That's a bunch of jargon that I don't understand. Because I'm not a game dev. So like all of this... Doorman should have got more... Maybe not more nerfs, honestly. I feel like this is fine. Like, reducing his power in lane makes sense. Apollo kind of got gutted. I think Apollo might not be... Apollo still will be insane in lane, but he won't be as insane. I feel like he'll be more punishable. Because he won't be able to just dive your Guardian for free. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Let me know how this patch feels in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that's crazy to you, that's dumb, or anything you like. Okay. See you guys.